Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is DG Chichester, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
And the war rages on and on and on. That's right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales, Part 2 of the Evolutionary War. Your war correspondents are myself, Phil, and joining me, as always, the High Evolutionary himself. It is
Justin the Owl stepping out of the evolutionary vat.
Don't leave those fancy handles on the steps there, Justin. I almost tripped over. That's right, kid. This time we're covering the Silver Surfer Annual number 1 and New Mutants Annual 4. So far we've had one mutant title and something else. But this time
and two of them were written by the same writer. Louise Simonson wrote the X Factor and the New Mutants annuals. Yeah.
So we're back. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, we were just here moments ago, but yes, on the podcast,
we're back again.
You heard us last week. Yes. High Evolutionary is up to his hijinks. So, all right. So should we jump into these?
Yeah. There's a lot going on in both of these stories.
Oh yeah, especially the Silver Surfer annual. Jeez. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of people in here, kids. All right, so Silver Surfer Annual number 1 for August 1988, like before. Oh God, yes, kids, this is an annual, a 64-page annual. You know what the cover price was? $1.75.
Yes, back in the day. Yeah, and as an 11-year-old in 1988, I was super proud that I saved up my allowance and was able to get all of these, except for, believe it or not, the ones that I missed were the ones that we're covering in this episode. The Silver Surfer one and the New Mutants one, the two that I missed from when they originally came out in 88. I don't know, maybe I was lackadaisical that month. Or that week.
Were you going to the newsstand? Because I know I was going to the newsstand at this point, or either that or like a spinner rack and like a grocery store or something. And again, those were always hit or miss because it's like if they were gone, they were gone. It's like
it was either the spinner rack or there was also like an actual bookstore.
Yes,
that had a section for comics and magazines, and that was where I tended to go first. And then if I didn't find it there, I'd hit the spinner rack. But yeah, I missed these two. And so years later, at a comic shop, I tracked them both down.
It was so weird because, we had a few convenience and grocery stores that had spinner racks around here. Actually had in 88 2 newsstands, just with the magazines and comics. And then randomly at the local mall, one of the local malls, there was a tobacco store where they sold like pipe tobacco and pipes and stuff. And there was and they would have randomly 1 or 2 spinner racks in the back of the store of comics. So
in a tobacco store.
Yeah, it's like anytime I smell fancy tobacco now, I smell it. I think of old spinner racks of comics.
Oh, that's funny. What a random thing to have in a tobacco store. Yeah.
1988. I felt weird going in there as a 10-year-old, be like, no, I'm just here for the comics. I'm not trying to get anything to smoke.
Oh, that's so funny.
Just randomly.
Yeah. I love it.
All right. So yes, the Silver Surfer Annual number 1, August 88. Title Adam. Writer Steve Englehart, penciler Joe Staton, inker Joe Rubenstein, colorist Tom Vincent, letterer Ken Brzezinski, and editor Craig Anderson. The no, that's the brief summary. All right. The High Evolutionary has appeared over Olympia, the home of the Eternals. Confronted by Icarus, Makari, Circe, Athena, and Carcass, the Evolutionary explains to them his goal in unlocking the mysteries of DNA and asks that the Eternals help him in mapping out the Silver Surfer's DNA for him. While in deep space, the Silver Surfer bids farewell to Nova and heads to Earth, intent on finding the child of Mantis. What is with the Silver Surfer like trying to like steal all everyone's woman in the Fantastic Four? Because this Nova was Frankie Ray, who had been dating Johnny. I know at
Right.
times he's tried to pick up Alicia Masters. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost as bad as Namor. Jeez.
I know. He's a rascal. He's a rascal with a surfboard.
Superior puss hunter.
Superior puss.
The Power Cosmic, or AKA Home Wrecking.
Yeah. Unexpected side effect of the Power Cosmic is a proclivity for home wrecking.
Arriving in Earth's orbit, the Surfer is witness to the resurrection of the Super Skrull.
Surprise!
Who just randomly like remerges.
Just pops out of space.
The Super Skrull does not want anyone on Earth to be aware of his return, so he attacks the Surfer. Their battle was interrupted by the arrival of the Eternals, who trap both in an energy field and tell them of their plans. They also decide to map out the Super Skrull's DNA, who is a Skrull and thus an offshoot of the Deviant race. The Surfer refuses to have his DNA mapped because he believes that whoever the Eternals are working for will abuse the knowledge and potentially make an army of Surfer clones. Taken against their will to Olympia, the Surfer and Super Skrull are placed inside pyramid-shaped devices which will break down their DNA code for the Eternals. When the two realize that the pyramids are harmonized by their own powers, they push themselves to the limit in order to cause the machines to explode and free themselves. During a battle with the Eternals, the Super Skrull makes an escape. The Eternals and the Surfer follow after him. When the Eternals try again to detain the Super Skrull, the Silver Surfer stops them and encourages the Super Skrull to escape Earth. He wants him to return to the Skrulls and help them regain their shape-shifting powers. The Surfer makes a truce with the Eternals and agrees to leave them in solitude while he investigates the High Evolutionary's plan. So, I did enjoy this story very much, but again, this was another. It's like, oh, this is barely part of the Evolutionary War. It's basically just not the Purifiers or whoever the guys. They're not even in this. It's basically just the High Evolutionary comes to the Eternals and like, here, do my work.
Yeah. And I thought that was a little strange too. I thought to myself, well, why does the High Evolutionary, with all of his power, why does he need the Eternals to map out the Silver Surfer's DNA for him?
And did we ever fully explain why the Eternals did what he wanted? Was he going to help them with the Deviants or something? Because I'm just like, did we ever fully explain their motive for going after the Surfer?
Well, I believe that was his incentive for them.
Yeah.
In the beginning, when he was talking to them, he was talking about how the link with the Deviants and what he could do about that. So I think that piqued their interest, yeah. But I don't think it was ever shown that they were like, okay, yeah, we'll help you, High Evolutionary.
But for extremely cosmic type beings, it's like it seems like they really easily fell into line with the High Evolutionary.
Yeah, and didn't question him at all. Yeah,
shouldn't they have been like, Earthman? If we don't know, you ain't no know.
Exactly. They're old enough to know that when a guy with superpowers and armor just waltzes into your home, you don't necessarily have to do everything he says.
Yeah.
Also, I thought it was weird that the Skrulls have a link to the Deviants.
I guess the thing is like their version of the Deviants, because like when the Celestials did their experiments on other worlds. I don't know who the Eternals would have been, but I guess the Skrulls became that version of the Deviants.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about that detail.
I think it was just I think that's what it is. I think it's like, yeah, they were some other planet's version of the Deviants. Yeah.
Okay. And the ones that were the Eternals were wiped out, apparently.
Maybe. I was going to say it wasn't the Kree, was it?
I don't think so.
Because we have a as we mentioned here, we have a start in hostilities again between the Skrulls and the Kree because the Skrulls in another story have lost their shape shifting abilities.
Yes, and that's referenced in this annual as well.
Yes.
How because the Super Skrull's been gone for a long time when this annual happened, and so he's not aware that Galactus feasted upon his homeworld not too long ago. The Skrulls have lost their ability to shapeshift, and now there are 5 warlords that are each masquerading as the Emperor that are trying to keep the Empire under control while also antagonizing the Kree again. So the Skrull Empire is a bit of a mess at this point.
Exactly.
To put it lightly.
I'm trying to remember when they lost their shape shifting ability. If they were shifted into another form, did they get locked into that form or no?
I felt like they all reverted back to their original forms and were stuck there.
Well, I guess except for Elijah.
Except for Elijah, yeah. Yeah. Or maybe she was stuck as Alicia, yeah, maybe for a while, and then she figured out how to unstick herself. I can shapeshift back to Elijah again.
Because that would be interesting if it's like if she got locked in the form of Alicia for a while there.
Yeah.
If they did some kind of flashback and showed it's like, yeah, then she really panicked. She's like, oh, I can't change.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was strange when that happened too. I was like, well, all Skrulls are affected by this, or just the ones in the immediate vicinity where this activity is taking place?
And it's like, that's their whole gimmick.
Right. Yeah.
Now they're just another alien race.
Just a little green guy. They might as well be the Badoon now.
Yeah. Oh, Loaf made a comment this morning. She said something about sleeping with a Skrull. I'm like, I see someone's been watching Marvel Tales on YouTube. She's like, yeah.
I do love that Fantastic Four story. It's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah. This annual was great. It had some good artwork in it. Always a good story from Steve Englehart. He writes excellent Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
And I was actually reading, I was reading the Silver Surfer pretty consistently when this came out. And so, yeah, right after this was when the new Skrull and Kree tensions really started to take effect. As a matter of fact, the Skrulls had a mole in the Kree in a very high-ranking position, which I thought was cool.
But again, I'm seeing backup stories that weren't on the app, so
yeah, I feel like in the regular there was a Mantis one.
Yeah, and then there was one with Silver Surfer, Nova, and did say Reed and Sue Richards.
Oh, right. Yeah, because they had just started their vacation.
Yeah.
Their sabbatical from the Fantastic Four.
But yeah, it's like that's not on the app because because the Reed and Sue one at the end it's saying the Silver Surfer agrees to help and abandons his investigation in the High Evolutionary plan.
Yeah, maybe that's why we didn't see some of these major characters because they were off doing other things during this event.
I guess because that's that story, Moth to the Flame. It says Nova has returned to Galactus' ship to find that Galactus is dying. The elders of the universe that he consumed did not die and are now killing him from the inside.
A little case of indigestion, Galactus.
I know, man.
I don't think they make Tums for him.
Galactus demands that she bring together the Silver Surfer as well as Reed and Susan Richards, as they, especially Susan, are the key to saving Galactus' life. Nova contacts the Surfer across hyperspace and tells him everything. The Silver Surfer agrees to help out, abandoning his investigation into the High Evolutionary's plan. So Galactus is indigestion is why he abandons his investigation.
Gotta go help out Galactus's tummy ache. I get
exactly.
it.
Oh, and then there's a Mantis story.
Yeah, if she's just kind of jumping around in that. Yeah.
Mantis is startled awake and is shocked to find that she is still alive and back on Earth. She finds that she is in a home that she has never been in, and her connection to the plants has now been severed. With all these mysteries to solve, she decides that it's best to get back in touch with her comrades in the Avengers. And doesn't she end up like in the West Coast Avengers book?
She does. Yes, she goes over there, and actually, we see her later on in the West Coast Avengers annual that's part of this crossover.
Mm.
She's part of one of those groups.
Oh, nice. We use this event to get her to jump from Silver Surfer to Avengers. Okay.
Yeah. And I love Mantis, like the proper true Mantis, not the
Yeah.
Mantis that we talked about a couple months ago. Like the real Mantis. Yeah.
The crossing. Yes.
Yeah. Not the Space Phantom Mantis, but the real deal. I'm a big fan.
Oh, now I'm really mad. They on the app they didn't have this. They had a bunch of pinups by Ron Lim.
Yeah, they had a bunch of Ron Lim pinups. He was doing the regular art, I think, in Silver Surfer at that time.
Yeah, man, Ron Lim's the man. Silver
Yeah.
Surfer stuff, his Captain America stuff.
Captain America,
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. He's one of my favorites.
Come on,
I
Bob.
wonder why they don't put this backup stuff on the app. That's so strange.
I don't know, because they do it for a smaller foul. I don't know, but it seemed like the X Factor annual in part 1, that had everything.
They had the pinups in that one in the app.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh Lord. Okay, there's a bunch of notes here. All right, the Silver Surfer and Nova. We're at the beginning of the story. We're tasked by Galactus to find the Contemplator, who ended up getting eaten by Captain Reptile in the Coalsack Nebula.
That's right. Old Captain Reptile.
And Mantis apparently died during the battle between Galactus and the Elders of the Universe. And the Silver Surfer battled a Skrull imposter that had been attacking Kree outposts. And Empress Cybele sent a Skrull agent to Earth to impregnate the planet's radiation belt with antimatter. Which I guess brought this Super Skrull back.
Yeah.
And of course, Silver Surfer said he escaped Galactus's barrier, earned his pardon. And the Kree Skrull War restarted over the Skrulls' loss of their shape-changing abilities. Oh, wait, when is that? Silver Surfer number 5. All right. So I thought there was like an Avengers or Fantastic Four thing where they lost their shape-changing ability. Or was that something else?
Oh, I don't remember.
Wasn't there some kind of crossover between like an Avengers and Fantastic Four annual where it was a Skrull story? I thought.
Oh yeah, in the early 80s.
Yeah, that's I thought.
81, 82.
Oh, I don't know if it was that. It was either early or mid 80s. I thought. Yeah.
Oh, might have been before Secret Wars.
Maybe I thought it was either right before or right after. It was somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah.
And I think I remember the lineup for the Avengers team. It was Monica Rambeau, Dark Knight, Wasp, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Captain America. Yeah, I feel like I remember that, but I don't remember what year that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it did happen in an annual. It was a larger story that encompassed this event. Because it was the screen homeworld, the Skrull homeworld getting attacked by Galactus, so it was a big deal.
Oh yeah. And then Fantastic Four by Byrne, Reed Richards put on trial for saving Galactus.
Yeah. Love it.
Oh yeah, here it is. Mantis' story is continued in West Coast Avengers 37.
Yeah.
As reported by Marvel, this issue was the 8th best-selling direct sales title for the publisher during the month that it was released.
Ooh, nice.
It says direct sales, so it might not even hit the newsstand. I think some of those just went right to comic shop, so maybe that's why you missed it.
That's probably why I missed that one. Yeah.
Because I was going to say, I don't remember seeing these early issues of Silver Surfer like on the newsstands. It might have been direct sales for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which just seems stupid to me, but okay.
Yeah. I never understood that. Especially when they did that with Moon Knight in the 80s.
Yes.
When it was really going strong, and then they said, let's take it to direct sales. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
like I didn't like discover like a actual comic shop until like probably the mid 90s. I'm just like,
Yeah. It was, yeah. For me, I had to drive like an hour to get to one where I was living. So it was a big deal. Like it was a weekend excursion at that age.
Yeah.
To try to rope my parents into driving me there.
Well, yeah, because like I didn't even know where one was at, and then like around 93 or 94, it's like they put one in one of the local malls. So I was like,
Oh,
oh,
nice.
yeah,
Yeah, very nice.
it was like right in the food court.
Oh,
okay, yes, they did reference Marvel Team Up 62, the Super Skrull being turned into primal energy while trying to escape Earth, and then he kind of returns in Alpha Flight 9 and 10.
Alpha Flight.
Oh,
Yes.
we're gonna get back to some more Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
The Super Skrull getting drawn back to Earth, but then sent back to the Earth's radiation belt.
Poor guy's getting boomeranged all over the place.
Was he like dying of cancer? Yeah, what was the answer? Sasquatch just turned him back in the energy and shot him back where he came from.
This is the Sasquatch version of mercy.
I won't kill you, but I'm not going to save you either.
That's right. Well, in his defense, like the Super Skrull, I think did murder a bunch of people.
Oh yeah,
cold blood.
The Super Skrull's always a jerk. So
yeah,
he's never asking for it.
I think he had it coming. Yeah,
I mean, he double crosses the Surfer like at least twice in this issue, and still the Surfer like helps him like escape and stuff.
Yeah,
he's even like go home and help your people get their shape changing powers back.
Yeah, because it's the right thing to do. And that's the Silver Surfer in a nutshell. Like that's definitely in line with what he would do in that situation. Yeah, I liked that. I like this. There's a bit of dialogue that I liked too when the Eternals are first talking to the Silver Surfer, and they're talking about deviance and stuff, and Makari says, "But you were your race's deviants," talking to the Super Skrull. And then Carcass says, "Please, Makari, I'm a deviant." And Athena says, "Yeah, but a nice deviant, Carcass." So good.
Hey.
You're a nice one. We like you.
Oh, my best friends are deviants.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, Joe Stanton art, he would go on in a few years after this to draw some Guy Gardner stuff.
Guy Gardner, yeah. Well, he had done some Green Lantern stuff off and on, hadn't he, over the years? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, some of these guys, I think they like doing the cosmic stuff.
I can see why. I would think if I were a comic book artist that I would veer towards something that was either cosmic or something magic, like Doctor Strange or one of those type of things.
Yeah,
because I could just see like the scope of all those, the possibility, the endless amount of possibilities for those type of stories would be so much fun to draw on a regular basis.
Yeah, you get like you could get to draw like random creatures or aliens. Yeah,
aliens, weird planets, and weird ecosystems and creatures. Yeah, it was so much fun. Weird spaceships, robots,
cool stuff like the Silver Surfer. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the Eternals? Like this lineup of the Eternals. Do you like this?
I don't know. I mean, the Eternals aren't really my thing. I mean, it was fine, but again, I was just like, I don't know, just their motivation to me was just, I figured it was the whole, we'll help you. The High Evolutionary help them with their deviant problem. But again, I'm just like, they're how old? I'm like, what do they think the High Evolutionary knows that they don't know? And
right, and they have scientists. They have when they have technological people in their society. Obviously, they're advanced society. They've got all this tech lying all over the place. Yeah, I thought that was a little weird too. And like I said before, why would the High Evolutionary need the Eternals to map the Silver Surfer's DNA
Yeah.
when he could probably do it himself
I
if
know.
he
Yeah.
tried?
I mean, unless he just didn't want to take the chance of tangling with the Surfer. I mean, it would have made more sense to me if he would have like reintegrated Super Skrull and be like, go
Hmm.
capture me the Surfer so I can scan his DNA and I will help you unlock your people's shape-shifting
Y-
ability again.
yes, if he had sought out the Super Skrull
Yeah.
first, and yeah, because he would be if anyone would restore the shape shifting powers to the Skrulls, it could be the High Evolutionary.
Exactly.
And then, of course, he could just go back on his word afterwards and be like, "Yeah, no, I wasn't going to do that."
It might interrupt evolution on Earth. No, I'm not
That's right. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I could see the High Evolutionary having a big problem with the Skrulls in general. Just
oh yeah.
I could see the shape shifting stuff really setting him off and being against his perfect utopian vision for evolutionary
Oh, I could see him like
progression.
I could see him trying to erect a barrier around the Earth so no aliens could show up because he'd probably be like,
Mm,
oh, that could stagnate the human evolution or whatever.
right. Or you have random Skrulls impersonating blind sculptresses and sleeping with superheroes and
Oh,
having babies, having
exactly.
hybrid Skrull human babies. I could see him having a big problem with that.
They just get infested with like designer symbiotes. Uh,
Yeah, there's a dozen symbiotes now.
that's what I said. Symbiotes, the Phoenix Force. In 2023, the symbiotes and the Phoenix Force, man, they've been in more people than Charlie Sheen. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, but this Joe Stanton draws like an attractive Cersei and Thena, even with the big hair.
Yes, totally. Even with the 80s hair. Definitely. And this was before Cersei joined the Avengers, too.
Yeah, I think it's like right before. Yeah.
Right before it. Yeah. I think it was maybe the year after. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, I think it's like right when like, not too long after Captain America reforms the Avengers. And that's right after,
Mhm.
that's like right after Steve becomes Captain America again. So
Yeah.
yeah, that would be after this.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that issue, that final issue with the Avengers.
Oh, man. With that kooky lineup.
That is literally no Avengers of Cap.
Yeah.
He just has to put a team together. Oh, we're gonna get our boy Joe. Yes.
Yes. Joe Fix-It.
Uh,
And Jocasta. I have a
oh yeah,
appreciation for Jocasta as well. I feel like she's a character that didn't get her chance to shine properly,
exactly. Oh,
especially in the Avengers. Like I felt like she could have been a member of the Avengers for a while.
exactly. Oh, and the
Yeah.
female Yellow Jacket. Yeah,
Yeah, her too. Totally.
she's in that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's weird. I don't have a synopsis for this either, but should we get to the next High Evolutionary
Yeah.
story?
Let's move on to New Mutants Annual number
Oh no.
4.
I mean, the High Evolutionary origin
Oh, yeah,
from
the
Silver
origin backup.
Surfer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
The men, the mine, and the mountain. That sounds like something on Justin's hard drive.
Actually, now that you mention it.
Hey, that's not a pickaxe.
Put your back into it.
Whoa! Put on your hard hat. Oh, that's what you meant by going down into the mine. Okay.
That's right.
So I love this when they're like where Herbert Wyndham and Jonathan Drew are like setting up on Wundagore Mountain, and it's basically like, oh look, we just happened to lock into a uranium deposit for all our stuff.
Exactly. What are the odds?
I know.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh Lord. And then we even rope in Horace Horace Grabsheed, who do you know who that is?
From
He's basically
Werewolf by
no. I don't think he showed up there, but no, it's I believe he's like the father of the original Marvel Boy, like the 1940s Marvel Boy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he's talking here about building a spaceship. Yeah, him and his son Bob Grayson are going to go to Uranus.
Oh.
And that's where Marvel Boy gets the quantum bands originally. You know, when he comes
Oh,
back.
no kidding.
Well,
Okay.
well, they retcon it to be like a deranged clone or whatever, but like fights the Fantastic Four and then disintegrates himself, and then eventually Wendell Vaughn gets the quantum. Yeah, so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's who that is. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Wow.
That's the original Marvel Boy's father. Yeah.
So the origin of the High Evolutionary has links to all kinds of people in the Marvel universe. It's wild.
I told you, Grunwald does his homework, and so he uses this guy and like flashbacks and like was it issue 2 Quasar? Yeah. Him and his son go to Uranus.
It's a one-way trip.
Whoa! So, I love this, and so it's like there was a strange man outside, or a strange creature.
Yeah, I love it when they go walking out in the woods at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, we get that same shadowy figure appears to Wyndham.
Who leads him to the mine, which is populated by moloids.
Yes.
We just talked about it in the last episode there.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like, why was he trying to sterilize them in part 1 where it's just like,
Yeah, didn't he remember them from
they were
years ago?
Faithful servants.
Yeah, they did some work for him.
I love it's like, they'll only have them go above ground in the dark because their eyes are light sensitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the mysterious figure this time drops off moloids, and then it's like he just disappears, and then the very last text box says Herbert Edgar Wyndham. What he says, who is he? And then the text box just says Herbert Edgar Wyndham would never know,
and neither would the rest of us.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, and once again, because he does a lot of stuff. Gregory Wright on colors, like I always like to tease. Friend of a friend, because he's a friend.
Yes,
he's a friend of a friend of Chichester. Gregory Wright. So yeah, that's basically all that happened in this backup, kids. Is yes, they discovered they're sitting on a ton of uranium, and then they get moloids.
Moloids, yeah, and there's also the reason I talked about Werewolf by Night is because in one panel, it looks like there's a lycanthropic creature stalking them as they're walking around at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be the dog, is it?
Dempsey. Yeah. They didn't kill Dempsey. He's still alive, and he's stalking them.
See, that would be the happy ending. He's stalking. He's talking to High Evolutionary, trying to get revenge.
That's right. That's the ending I want. Is one of his creations goes after him like Rocket did.
Yeah. There is no God. That's why I had to step in.
And now you're going to lose your face.
Oh, nice. Where'd he come? Yeah, his face was so pulled back. I was like, where are you from? California?
I know, right? There's a Kardashian that would pay good money for that look.
Exactly. All right. Mutants annuals. Oh, so this is our second New Mutants annual. Because remember, we covered annual 2.
Number 2, the first U.S. appearance of my girl Betsy.
That's right. All right. Here, I'll do the credits and stuff. Then we can jump into this because there is no synopsis. Damn it.
We're gonna have to wing it.
New Mutants Annual 4 from September 1988. Mind Games, Evolutionary War Part 4. Once again, writer Louise Simonson, penciler June Brigman, inker Bob McLeod, colors Glennis Ween, letterer John Workman, and editors Ann Nocenti and Bob Harris.
Nice.
All
Just
right.
talk to her.
That's right. Ah, man, I didn't get a drop. Ah. Well, she was busy. Like she had like another meeting like right after the interview. So she had to move off real quick. Yeah.
Oh, you'll have another opportunity.
Shh, don't tell Lilith. Lilith, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I'll have to go back because when did I talk to her? It was like 2017 or 2018. I'll have to listen to my original interview because I probably didn't get a drop.
Oh. You have to do that next time.
That's right. All right. But those same mutants are back from like the first one.
Glowworm and
Yeah.
the other guy there.
Yeah, and so are the bad guys. What is it?
Yes,
Dr. Stack.
Dr. Stack and Colonel Purge.
Yeah. Would that be a good name for a plastic surgeon, Dr. Stacked? Breast augmentation.
Absolutely. See him for a facelift and a little bit extra padding.
Everything. Yeah, let me check under the hood here. Yeah. Need a rotation here.
Yeah.
So yes, they can. They capture these mutants again this time. Yeah, Glowworm and the Bulk.
The Bulk. That's
not
right.
the Hulk. The Bulk.
Yeah. The amazing Bulk.
Incredible Bulk.
Over on Gamma Charge, actually, on our Patreon, we recently covered the movie, the Amazing Bulk, which is, as it sounds, it's a parody of the Incredible Hulk, and it's probably one of the worst movies I've ever watched.
Really?
It's one of those movies that you only have to see ever once, and you're like, "Oh, that was terrible! Yikes!"
What is that from? I don't think I've even heard of that.
It's some independent feature that I don't know how they got the rights to do, but they did a bunch of really crappy films with green screen and terrible stock CGI and stuff, and yeah, they've become quite infamous in the years since. This was about 10 or 12 years ago, I think.
Wild like an animal.
Yeah, it was fun to do a Mystery Science Theater 3000 with Russell for that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Some of my favorite episodes are just when we're like crapping on something.
Yeah. I love this because this is back when the New Mutants were at Xavier's school.
Yes, with Magneto.
Magneto was the headmaster, and something kind of key happens in this issue. Really, it's really cool with Mirage's powers during this this conflict. So the Stack and Purge are trying to remove the powers from Glowworm and the Bulk. And they also, when they're scanning around, they see Magma, where they're doing like a scan for high level danger readings, like mutants that are really off the scale, like these two. And so they find Magma. And of course, one of the sleazeballs says, "Now that's what I call a mutant. It'll be a different kind of pleasure to remove that babe's powers." It's like, ugh.
Oh, the one we've already name checked or mentioned that she's 16 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross.
Exactly.
Yeah. But during the conflict, Mirage is tossed onto the device which they were using to remove Magma's powers, and her powers are altered so that the illusions that she creates actually come to life.
Yes, and like she always has to have like one on hand. Yeah, that was interesting because it's not often, like I'd say any era, it's not that often where like you get like a lasting change in an annual.
Right. Especially one that's part of another crossover like this is. If it's a standalone annual, that maybe you'll see something like that there, but usually not like this when it's part of a bigger story like this.
So Louise giving a lot of giving people many reasons to pick up this annual. It's the big change
Definitely.
happens to one of the characters. It's part of an ongoing event.
Yep. And you also get some stuff that was happening in the regular title, like Magma's relationship with Empath.
Oh yeah.
Like that was definitely a long-standing storyline in the New Mutants title, and that's heavily referenced here.
And their whole relationship with Magneto, it's just like, who would thought this was a good idea? It's just like, sit down, shut up, don't use your powers, and don't leave the house.
Yeah. Me and the Hellfire Club are gonna go handle this.
Oh my god, and I know it's 1988, but what was Emma Frost wearing when she was on the phone?
I know. The fishnets and
And the hat and
the hat,
everything.
yeah, the shoulder pads, yeah,
The pink dress, yeah.
yeah,
A black and white checkered jacket and like a pink dress. I was just
with stockings, yeah. It was 88, folks. It was 88. That's all we can say.
I guess, yeah.
But one of my favorite panels is when they're outside listening to the conversation, they're eavesdropping,
Mhm.
and Rain's in her wolf form. She's got her ear up to the door, and she goes, "Oh my goodness!" It's just so funny. Oh my goodness!
Just like basically seeing this werewolf with her ear to the door.
That's so good.
And again, it's like, does Magneto do anything with them? It's basically like, no, take your turns in the danger room and then stay here and don't use your powers.
Yeah, go to bed and shut up. Don't get into trouble.
And like Sunspot says, it's like, these are like a natural part. The powers are like a natural part of me. How dare you tell me not to use them?
Yeah, exactly. And that's their whole purpose for being there at Xavier's school, is to learn how to use their powers to help people. Like, that's the whole ideal. How are they going to help people if they're stuck at the school running endless repetitive cycles in the danger room over and over again?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked the fight at the end when
Yeah.
the New Mutants fought all of the Purifiers and the Gatherers. That was cool.
But like you said, like when Mirage's powers changed, at first they think she lost her powers, but yeah, then like all these demons are like popping up, and
It looks like the xenomorph from Alien attacks that guy Stack. That part was cool.
oh my lord. But yeah, I mean, yeah, so this is when Mirage figures out, yeah, she always has to have at least one thing she created on hand. So basically just creates like a spear.
Yeah, her spirit lance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we see Magneto and the Hellfire Club come in to make short work of the rest. I wish that we had seen a little bit more of that fight, of the Hellfire Club coming in to take out this base, because we only see a little bit of that.
Yeah,
And then
that would have been interesting if they did like a backup of that in like the X-Men annual or something.
One
Or
of the other
this
ones,
issue.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or this one, yeah. Yeah, because they kind of just waltz in, and then the New Mutants are like, "Oh, well, we can't let them see us, so let's peace out of here." And then that's it. They go back to the school, and that's the end of the issue.
I was reading a review of this issue, and it's whoever was writing it said, "Can someone please give Sebastian Shaw a costume?" Because on the bottom of that one page, it looks like he's just wearing a diaper or something.
It's true. Like a loincloth. Yeah.
Something, yeah.
They interrupted his sauna or something, apparently. He ran right from the sauna to this place.
And I love the changes to Magneto's costume now that he's supposedly good. He lost the helmet and he has a M on his chest, like on his chest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. I was always partial to the plain purple bodysuit with the big long
Oh,
white
yeah.
opera gloves.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like,
At least that was a change. Yeah.
that was a change. Like, that was a real big change. And it was like, to me, a lot of people didn't like that, but I kind of did, because I thought, well, if if I was Magneto and I wanted to look like a superhero, like this is the costume that I would pick because it looks like a superhero's costume, number one. And number two, it's so opposite from his previous costume that how could somebody mistake the two? Just
Because
from
you would want something different because that red and purple suit, everyone pretty much associates that with you as your time as like the world's number one foremost mutant terrorist.
exactly, yeah, like the time that he destroyed the Russian sub and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah, I just killed about
Yeah.
like 100 or 200 people. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, everybody remembers that. But they might, if they look at that costume, the only thing to remind them is the name Magneto. Like it looks like a totally different character.
Exactly.
But this costume is basically his old one. He's just not wearing the helmet, and he's got an M on the chest. Like,
Yep.
not much difference there.
Of course, Emma Frost in her classic costume.
And Celine, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I love the rest of them are like half naked and Magneto's completely covered.
Right.
Like, what that M is, that looks like shoulder pads and everything. It's just
Yeah. Oh, he's being very liberal. He's not wearing his helmet here.
yeah. So yeah, basically the New Mutants rescue Magma and get her out of there. They try to pour it out before Magneto knows they're there.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that Magma's despondent in this issue because her dad is some high-ranking member of this secret enclave and has married her off.
Yes, an arranged marriage. Yes,
an arranged marriage to somebody in some other region who she's never met. She's never met this guy. It's like some medieval marriage, and she's completely upset because she's in love with Empath. The New Mutants, however, believe that Empath is like using his powers on her to make her fall in love with him. So they don't trust that either.
Because then the High Evolutionaries people say it's like, yeah, even if he's not consciously aware of it, he may just be influencing her like on a subconscious level. Yeah.
Yeah, when they were observing them on the monitors, they did mention that. Yeah, so there's a lot going on there too. Yeah, with the New Mutants trying to look after their friend, but there's a lot going on for poor Magma in this issue. I always liked Magma a lot. I thought she was a cool character, and I wish that she had stuck around longer in the New Mutants. I felt like she wasn't in the title long enough.
Yeah. Oh, there's I picked up like last time I picked up back issues, I picked up like one or two New Mutants issues. There was one, I forget what number it is, but was it 80 something? It might have been like early mid 80s. But it was Magma and special guest star Hercules.
Ooh. Oh, I haven't read that. I bet that's good.
Yeah. It was good.
Very nice.
Yeah, 80s Hercules.
Nice.
Then the first backup story, we're basically testing Mirage's powers here. Right.
Yeah, and we do get the backup in this app for this one. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I guess they wanted to boost her powers because now she can create all kinds of stuff, sports cars. Start creating demons in the main story. So
yeah. And then Brightwind comes to save her. I love that part where the horse gets right in the cop's face. That was really funny.
I know. Where's your license? Oh, just create one. But then she realizes she doesn't have to carry that big weapon. She can like shrink it down to like necklace size.
Well, that's convenient.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to have to haul around that big spear all over the place.
No, but then she gets back to the school, and then Magneto gets back and is basically telling them Magma's safe and with her father. In a burst of teleportation light, the Hellfire Club defeated the people who kidnapped her.
Which we didn't get to see. Yeah, I wish we had seen that a little bit. Like you said, and it would have been good to have a backup where you see the aftermath of what happened in the main story, them cleaning up the High Evolutionary's base. It would have been cool.
I mean, the Mirage backup was nice, but yeah, we could have, wish we could have squeezed another backup story in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and then again, we're gonna get another chapter in the origin of High Evolutionary.
And this one drawn by Ron Lim.
Yes, blood drawn, blood spilt. Because basically, yeah, Wyndham has the Moloid setting up their laboratory. Jonathan Drew's like, basically, this is freaky.
And he was thinking about the mysterious man. And then this part actually made me laugh out loud when I read it earlier. Little Jessica Drew's playing.
Oh,
making some mud pies, and then she just kind of keels over face first into the mud puddle.
Oh, do you realize who the boy is? I don't think I got it at first. At first it's young Philip, but then it's like they call him the Masters boy, Philip Masters.
Oh,
the puppet master.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where he gets his clay. They were from Wundagore Mountain. I'm pretty sure. So yeah.
Right. Oh, that's clever. I
That's
love
the
that.
puppet master. Yeah. So another
Jesse,
name,
why are you eating clay?
Another Easter egg there.
Yeah, I love that. Another connection to the greater Marvel universe in this origin. So cool.
Yeah, it seems like Grunwald's trying to drop at least like one name each chapter here.
Mm-hmm. It's so cool.
But yes, we see Jessica's sick, so of course her father has to inject her with that the spider stuff.
Of course. What could possibly go wrong?
The spider extract, yes. It'll take a month, but she doesn't have a month.
Yeah, and Miriam's not having it. She says, "No, I won't have my only daughter turned into a guinea pig. You can't have her. You can't."
Well, yeah, because Wyndham's like, I can put her in my genetic accelerator and speed it up.
Yeah, since that worked so well the last time.
Oh, yeah. So she goes running out, and she's been going for hours. They go looking for her, but then they hear a howl.
Yes. She has been savaged by some type of wild beast.
Yep. And it looks like some kind of man beast.
Lurking in the shadows. Yeah, watching them from a distance.
I love Wyndham's like, I'm not going to tell Jonathan about this because he'll just blame the Moloids.
Right. We don't want him taking his rage out on the Moloids. They didn't do anything wrong.
I know. Like beast man.
Yeah.
But I'll find out who it is and make him pay in full.
Well, he'll try anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, the Ron Lim art's really good.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, Ron Lim and Jim Sinclair on the inks on this. Yeah, really great stuff here.
Oh yeah, the Gregory Wright colors. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, he's so good with the colors. I'm always reminded of how much I love Gregory Wright's colors when I read one of his issues.
Yeah, because the whole team's good. Because like the night scenes look like night. Because some artists don't get that down.
Yeah,
at all.
That's tough. Yeah, but yeah, it looks great here. All the night scenes look great.
Miriam.
Yeah, this was also another annual that we didn't really see much of the High Evolutionary in. I think he was like on one page.
Yeah, and then
when he was talking on a screen to Purge and Stack, he's talking to them on a monitor screen from his ship.
Yeah, because what page was that on? Page 5, I think it is. Yeah, when he's standing there talking to the monitor and stuff.
Yes. Yep.
At first, I was like, boy, he looks a little weird here, but I kind of like it because it really gives that armor like a metallic and shiny look.
Yeah, it looks almost red instead of purple here. Yeah, and it does. He almost looks like a transformer, like in the face. Like he looks very robotic here. So it's That's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, he does look a little red. But I mean, I don't know if like they were trying to portray like the light coming off that screen or something, or
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell he's got the complex going already because he says, "Trust in me, Purge. I will protect you." Yeah. Oh man, what a psycho.
but I love how he's like, he's plotting to take all these mutants' powers. He's like, I hope taking their powers won't kill them, but if it does, oh well.
Oh well, yeah. No big loss.
That's the thing. I mean, they should do a story where they just like diagnose him as like a sociopath or something, because he basically just looks at everyone as like a science experiment.
Yeah, totally. And he changes too, depending on what story you read, because after the Evolutionary War takes place, he's gone for a few years.
Oh
And
yeah.
the next story that he comes back, it's a Thor story, and it's part of, I think it's called the Black Galaxy Saga.
Yes.
And I love that one. And in that one, his brain is kind of fractured, but he also bears witness to the birth of a celestial at the end of that story.
Yes.
And that also like kind of does something to the High Evolutionary, because he views it like kind of like a child, like almost with a childlike sense of wonderment and amazement. It's really cool. It's a different version of a different interpretation, I should say, of the High Evolutionary that I really like, where he's not kind of like this cold, emotionless, scientist-minded villain. He's more of a gray character in that Black Galaxy Saga, which I like a lot.
Oh yeah. And again, I know it's the subtitle of this podcast, but yes, yeah, no, I remember. But yeah, we should do some of that Thor stuff in the future. Yeah,
We should.
we should
I
do
love
that.
we should do that. Everybody take a drink. That's our new drinking game.
We
Every
should do that story with Phil and Justin.
Every time Phil and I say we should do that, take a drink, take a shot of something.
We should do that Marvel story.
Yeah.
Phil and Justin.
But yeah, I would love to do some of that Thor. I love any of that Tom DeFalco run of Thor is classic to me. Yeah.
Before and during the Eric Masterson stuff. Yeah.
That time when Asgard was in the negative zone for a while, that was cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you go like right before issue 400, and it's like you're getting like said like the first appearance of Quicksand, basically.
Yes, Mongoose.
Yes, Mongoose.
Oh, Mongoose. He's actually connected to the High Evolutionary.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, there's that. What is that? A 3-part story where Thor goes inside a celestial.
Yes, that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he's trying to save this planet that's been doomed to destruction by the Celestials. Yeah. Yeah. And there's also that cool one set in the future where that kid I think Dargo, yeah, gets the hammer. Yeah.
Oh, that's the one where in Eric Masterson's Thor, there's like was it 4 parts? It's the Thor, basically the Thor core,
the Thor core, yeah, Beta Ray Bill.
Tim from the future and Beta Ray Bill, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should cover that one because I think that's 4 parts. So we could do 2 issues in each. Yeah, that would be fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, we have some Eric Masterson on the schedule for this year, but definitely want to do more. Yes.
Next year for sure. We'll add some to that. Yeah.
We should do that too.
We should do that. Everybody take a shot.
If you're listening, Lilith, yes, I know you're effing liver.
They said it 6 times already this episode.
Should we do 3 more? Because remember the old adage, kids.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
That's right.
Try to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Oh, Russell's back.
Hey, Russell. Oh. I wonder if Russell's read these 2 annuals. I know he read the X Factor one.
Silver Surfer Annual 1 or New Mutants Annual 4. Russell, have you read it? Read them?
Over a year ago, you did.
All right. Boy, this is trippy. I was watching you guys the other night. Now he's watching us.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, Justin. Anything else on these issues?
No, I really like both of these. Like I said, these were the ones that I've read the least because I didn't actually get either of these when they initially came out in 1988. So these are the ones that I've read the least, but I do love them both. Yeah, I love the art and the script in both of these quite a bit.
Oh yeah, me too. Russell, just hope you know I'm skipping out on seeing Spider-Man on Thursday to talk.
Oh, the new
no way! Yes, Across the Spider-Verse is coming out next weekend.
the new Into the Spider-Verse. I didn't realize that was this week.
Next weekend. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Russell.
Spider-Man 2099, Ben Riley. I've seen.
Oh man, that's gonna be so good. Yeah.
Just go Friday or Saturday, like I'm gonna do. Russell.
I wish we could all teleport somewhere and all see it together. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody needs to get on this teleportation stuff so we can get Ray over here.
Oh yeah. We all need to see Ray in person.
Yeah. We need to all have like a weekend gatherings and things like that at some point.
I'll pay the shipping, Ray. Throw some food in a box and ship yourself up here.
Yeah.
But we're gonna review that movie next Sunday night. So if you got either or both you guys see it and you want to join in the review, so
I thought Russell was going to see that on opening weekend. See, I didn't realize
what is
Transformers and it's
what?
the following weekend, right?
Yeah. Because the next weekend is Spider-Man. The weekend after is Transformers. Then the weekend after that is the Flash.
Right. Okay. Wow, a lot of big movies back to back.
I know, lots in June. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think Indiana Jones is like June 30th or something. Whatever that last weekend is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the last. Yeah.
Yeah, they really packed them into June.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Thanks for joining us. And again, hold on. I had the schedule up. Here we go. Next time for part 3, we're going to be covering Amazing Spider-Man Annual 22 and Fantastic Four Annual 21. So,
yes, featuring the first appearance of Speedball in the Amazing Spider-Man Annual. So if you're a fan of Speedball, you'll want to check out this episode.
Is that his first appearance?
I feel like it is. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he appeared somewhere else, but it was right before this.
I couldn't remember if he was an older character than that, but it might have been. Did Ditko draw him or something? So that might be why I'm thinking he was older. Because anytime I see like Ditko artwork, I think like older stuff.
Right. Oh, this came from the 60s. No, it's 90s.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, really? It looks like the 60s to me.
Hold on, I'll put the rest here. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man Annual 22. So yes,
it is. Okay.
It is the first appearance of Speedball. Yes. Oh, speaking of, yes, in July we'll be getting more Speedball too. So
oh yes.
Yes, because like Warriors. I said, because this month, all of June we'll be covering Evolutionary War, and then in July we'll be doing Captain America episodes, Captain America 342 and through 344, Justin's pick. Gonna cover some Serpent Society, and then the week after that we'll do more Serpent Society from my picks, Captain America 380 through 382.
I love how we both picked Serpent Society stories, and we weren't even like we didn't even plan it that way.
I know. I had a few on my mind, and then you said that one. I'm like, oh damn it, I am definitely picking Serpent Society now.
Yeah.
And then Captain America 4 through 7 from 1998 from the Mark Waid run.
Which is a link to Secret Invasion.
Skrulls, yes.
Yes.
And then, yes, the end of the last week of July, we'll do the first 4 issues of the New Warriors. So
Yes, I'm very excited about that. I love those so
we
much.
get more Speedball there.
Yes.
And then August, we're going to be doing more annuals. I mean, the Terminus Factor, Life Form.
Which we've got to get Russell involved with that because there's a Hulk annual in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should use that as our excuse to do our Gamma Charge Marvel Tales crossover month.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And then the last week of August, for 1 episode, we'll do, because it's only 1, 2, 3 annuals, Assault on Armor City.
Yes.
That was Iron Man West Coast, Avengers West Coast, and Darkhawk.
Darkhawk, yes. Oh man, I love it. That was one of your picks, Phil, and I love it because I haven't read that Assault on Armor City in forever.
Oh, me neither. Yeah.
I'm excited to go back and revisit that one.
I know.
I don't even remember what the backups were in any of those.
I can't remember either. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be
yin to Darkhawk's yang.
I really do have a drop for everything.
I love it.
You know, when you have a Darkhawk drop, you have one for everything.
The yin to Darkhawk's yang.
Oh, come back. Come back someday, Matt Kona. Oh, I need more drops like that.
Slow down. We need this for drops.
All right. So like we said, we're going to have a really fun summer here. So, yes, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, links to the Patreon. Join the Patreon elite like Russell, and Justin, and Ray.
And Ray, yeah.
Hopefully
join me in the Patreon elite. Get
Yes.
all access to all of the bonus episodes, all the perks, all the good stuff. And Phil and Lilith right now in the bonus episodes are covering Heroes Reborn. So you must check that out.
Lilith has a few surprises in that first episode. So
yes,
we'll find out what those are. But yes, find them all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right. And this force of nature here, Justin, joins me here every week on Marvel Tales, the end of every month on We Are the Night,
the Batman podcast.
When Lilith has had enough. And he does more podcasts outside of the sphere of Capes and Lunatics. So, Justin, tell everyone about this.
I also co-host with my pal Russell Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, where we talk about the Hulk twice a month. We also have a Patreon there, so do check that out. And Russell and I are also joined once a month by our good pal Ray, the High Priest of Khonshu himself, for Predator and Prey, a Yocha podcast, where we talk about everything to do with Fox's Predator, including comics, films, action figures, video games, short stories, novels, and more. And my solo project, The Lost Library of Legends, a comic book podcast, is almost ready. I've been talking about it for 1.5 years, and it's almost done. I'll have some time this long Memorial Day weekend to hopefully put some finishing touches on the first 2 episodes.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
And that too.
Oh, my.
Talking about me.
Tap, tap, tapping my way downtown.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Always.
Always. Wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. More Evolutionary War next week. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 22 and Fantastic Four Annual 21.
Yeah, send in your thoughts about the Evolutionary War, and including any of the ones that we've covered already.
Exactly. The Avengers
Yeah.
whole even.
Yeah.
I'm thinking next year we got to do Atlantis Attacks.
Yes. I would love that. Definitely. We'll make that a big summer thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.